right, so we are on our way to our 22nd week ultrasound, anatomy ultrasound, and today we're gonna check to see if Lua is a little bigger than before. So this is just a little checkup, and we're doing a little anatomy ultrasound to check everything else. So we did a little yoga this morning and cleared our minds, and now we're on our way, so we're super excited. I am growing, I am big, so I expect that she's growing as well. So stick around so you can check the growth and development of Lua Maresol as we rock the pregnancy. We're here doing our ultrasound, waiting for the results, measuring everything. So apparently she's still a little small. We're gonna hear from the doctor to see what it means, but it looks like everything is good. They measure everything and she has everything and she is perfect. That's our little Lua. Hello everyone, and welcome to Rocking the Pregnancy, and I believe this is episode number 11. I am today 22 weeks and a day, and we had a follow-up with the anatomy test. So about 3 weeks ago we went for our anatomy test. We were 19 weeks, and the doctor thought that Lua was a little bit too small. She was 7 ounces when she was supposed to be around 8 to 9 ounces. Doesn't look too much of a difference. Everything was growing normally, so the doctor wanted to do a follow-up, and today we went for a follow-up, and it went pretty well. She is growing. She is in her own rate. All her limbs are formed, all her organs are doing well. There is a proportional growth with the brain and the head and the belly and all the limbs, which is very good, but she's still a little small. And she is about now 11 ounces. And the doctor wanted to start monitoring me now. So I'm gonna have to come back weekly to check the blood flow from the placenta to her little organs, the blood flow from the placenta to the cord, and make sure that my blood flow is good, make sure that she's receiving the nutrients and she is in this growth, in this steady growth. So we got out of there, and we were a little concerned, of course. I think everyone would be. I've been eating more protein, and that's why I wanted to do also this video today to talk about a little bit of eating and my eating habits. I've been vegetarian. I was vegetarian for about 10 to 12 years. Then for about like 7 years or so, I was completely vegan. And then I came back just being normal, like vegetarian, but sometimes I would eat meat. My husband is an amazing fisherman. Not meat, I mean fish. My husband is an amazing fisherman, so he dives, and we live in Florida. We have plenty of fresh fish, so I would open exceptions and eat fish. Now, my choice for being vegetarian, I do not think meat is gross. I do not believe, especially now, that we are meant to be vegans. I did 5 different yoga trainings, and every single yoga training that I took, I was told that not only that one of the principles of yoga, ahimsa, is non-harm, and that includes no harm to any animal, and that includes not killing any animal for eating, for consumption. So part of it is not eating any animal products and not eating any animals at all, being totally vegan. And also the other side of it is that they do study and they talk about how, well, one of my trainings, I had a very advocate teacher of veganism, and we did a food talk and everything, and they talk about how our organs are not meant to be processing meat, and our teeth, and how we are the only animals that drink milk after weaning, and we still drink some milk from other animals, and all of this. So this was part of my transition to become a vegan, but also I also believe that we are very addicted to meat, and we eat a lot of meat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's not necessary, you know. And because of our addiction to meat, we just mass produce meat so much, and it becomes a little artificial, and we put a lot of hormones for the growth, and we put a lot of antibiotics because the animals are suffering, they're all over each other, and they're sick, blah, 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 blah. You probably already heard all of this if you ever kind of dabble a little bit on veganism and vegetarianism. So I've always loved every single food, vegetables and nuts and everything. So for me, it wasn't a big deal. I just always, actually, still to today, I choose to eat vegetables because I just love. But when I decided to get pregnant, I was eating more fish, and then I had 2 miscarriages, and I was a little more, you know, and I started doing a little research because I have very bad migraines, horrible migraines for many, many years. And I read a book which is called The Migraine Miracle. I don't remember the author right now, but if you want, I'll put it in the comments. And it talked about an ancestor type of diet, almost like a paleo diet, but they call it an ancestor's diet. And they did a lot of studies and everything, and they talk about how a lot of these illnesses, like migraines or even diabetes, or they are called diseases of civilization, that when we started to become civilized and started to plant more and start to cultivate grains and stuff, we started to find, that was the first findings of migraines and some types of allergies. And what the book says is that a lot of our consumption of grains is not natural, because when we were cavemen, we were eating mostly meat and vegetables and fruits and things that were more accessible, and grains is not something that the caveman would eat, because it has to be mass produced. You have to cultivate the grains, you have to take the barley off, and you have to, you know, process it, and you have then to boil, and they wouldn't even think of that. And there's some chemicals in the grains that don't react well with your body. So right before I got pregnant again, I went on this diet because I was terrified of getting migraines during my pregnancy, and my migraines are horrible, horrible, horrible. They last for weeks, and I throw up and I have diarrhea and everything, and it hurts so much, and I wouldn't be able to take any medication for it because of the pregnancy. So I tried and that's when I started really eating meat. But still, I wasn't eating too much meat, and now I was not supplementing too much with the grains because I was cutting a little more on the grains. And then I got pregnant and everything is beautiful, and now I have this. But I've been eating meat since the beginning, and since the last ultrasound, the 19-week ultrasound, I ate even more meat and started really like buying some organic meats. And my husband is cooking amazing food. We both cook, but he's just outstanding. So, and he is a meat eater. So we are enjoying this moment, and I do love the taste. And by the way, when I started eating meat again, I never got sick. I never had stomach ache. I don't know what people say about that. Some people do get sick. I didn't. I felt amazing and I enjoyed. I really did enjoy it. So I was not trying to eat meat breakfast, lunch and dinner, but I was trying to increase my protein intake. So added eggs and added milk again, and all organic, and trying to be as local as possible and as less harmful as possible. And today, here we are, 22 weeks and 1 day. She is now 11 pounds. Everything is growing proportionally, but I am going to be starting to get monitored. So I read a little bit about it. I don't want to be worried, even though I feel a little worried. It's a scary situation. But she is healthy. She seems to be healthy. Maybe she's just gonna be a smaller little girl at the beginning, or whatever. They said that might not be anything too bad, but we want to be monitoring. So I am eating now some amazing oatmeal that I made with my coconut milk from my coconuts, and also normal milk and oatmeal, which is great. So I'm trying to get 4 servings, as much as I can, breakfast, lunch, like a little snack on the afternoon, and then dinner, and just trying to take a little nap and rest. These are great recommendations for fetus growth. Lots of fruits and vegetables, which I already do. I do a lot of juicing. A lot of people don't recommend juicing because it's unpasteurized, but I buy my own organic and I really clean the crap out of it, and with vinegar and everything, and I juice on my own. And we always juice a lot of greens, dark leaf greens, and we eat a lot of dark leaf greens. So this is where we are right now, and this is my diet. So I'm hoping that this is gonna help her to keep on growing strong. I'm also going to continue to just not worry about it, because stress and anxiety can be not good. So I will continue to just do my meditations and my yoga and take day by day. And if you have experienced anything like this, I would love to hear from you, because I think we can support each other. I've been looking at some blogs and seeing what people say, but a lot of times people say, oh, my baby's too small, blah, 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 but they never come back and tell us, oh, but he or she was born fine. They never come back to the follow-up. So if you had anything like this happening to you, where your baby was a little underweight, your fetus, when it was on your belly, was a little underweight, and it was born fine, and after it grew, so please send us a little comment so we can be talking about it, and we can discuss, and we can feel a little more comfortable. And until then, if you are going through this, if you've been through this, we hold hands. And life is not easy. Things don't go always the way we plan. And I'm embracing every minute and every moment. I'm not going to worry, because worry does not help. The only thing I can do is control the moment. Not control, but take care of what I'm eating and take care of how I think and how I behave. So this is how I'm tackling the situation. I am going to be very conscious of my eating habits. I'm going to make sure that I'm having at least 4 to 5 servings of very good, nutritious food per day, not skipping any meals. I'm making sure that I'm taking naps, resting, and making sure that my mind is clear, peaceful, and not worrying about anything, because it is what it is, and things will be the way they're going to be, and I embrace. So thank you for watching. Keep it up. We have a lot of very, very exciting news coming up. Very exciting news. I cannot disclose anything right now, but very exciting about some great developments on the pregnancy and on my career. So keep it up with us. We have a couple shows coming up, and no matter what, I am rocking this pregnancy. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Namaste.